World War II reshaped the world, placing air warfare at the very heart of global conflict. The skies became decisive battlegrounds, where battles were won or lost through innovation, bravery, and strategy. From dramatic dogfights over Europe to devastating bombing raids deep into enemy territory, air power played an unprecedented role in shaping the course of history. Before the war, military strategists saw aircraft primarily as reconnaissance tools, but World War II changed everything. The ability to dominate the skies became a game changer, influencing major battles, supporting ground troops, and even determining the fate of entire nations. In this video, we will explore how air warfare evolved during World War II, the major battles fought in the skies, the technology that changed the face of war, and the lasting impact of aerial combat on modern military strategy. At the outbreak of World War II in 1939, aircraft technology had advanced significantly since the First World War. Planes were now faster, more maneuverable, and equipped with better weaponry. Key nations developed potent air forces, preparing for the inevitable clashes that would define the war's aerial front. Germany, under the command of the Luftwaffe, pioneered the concept of blitzkrieg, or lightning war. Their Messerschmitt Bf-109 fighter aircraft provided air superiority, allowing German tanks and infantry to advance rapidly across Europe. Meanwhile, Britain relied on the iconic Supermarine Spitfire and Hawker Hurricane to defend its skies, while the United States developed powerful aircraft that would later dominate both European and Pacific theaters. Japan, too, had a formidable air force, relying on the Mitsubishi A-6M0, an aircraft known for its speed and agility. As the war progressed, these aircraft would become legendary, playing crucial roles in battles across multiple continents. One of the most defining moments of air warfare in World War II was the Battle of Britain in 1940. After swiftly conquering much of Western Europe, Nazi Germany aimed to force Britain into submission. However, Hitler knew that an invasion would only be possible if Germany first gained control of the skies. The Luftwaffe launched a massive aerial assault on Britain, targeting airfields, radar stations, and industrial cities. Britain's Royal Air Force, RAF, though outnumbered, used advanced tactics and radar technology to anticipate and repel enemy attacks. British pilots flying Spitfires and Hurricanes engaged in fierce dogfights, proving that sheer numbers alone would not guarantee victory. The courage of RAF pilots, famously described by Winston Churchill as the few, prevented a German invasion and marked Hitler's first major defeat. The Battle of Britain demonstrated the crucial importance of air superiority, a lesson that would be applied in many battles to come. While air combat raged over Europe, the Pacific theater became a proving ground for a different kind of aerial warfare, carrier-based combat. Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor in December 1941 was a shocking demonstration of the devastating power of airstrikes, drawing the United States into the war. The Pacific War was dominated by aircraft carriers, with battles fought at sea rather than on land. The Battle of Midway in June 1942 was a turning point in the conflict. American intelligence intercepted Japanese plans, allowing U.S. forces to prepare an ambush. In a decisive air battle, American dive bombers destroyed 4 Japanese aircraft carriers, crippling Japan's naval strength and shifting the momentum in favor of the Allies. This battle, along with others like the Coral Sea and Guadalcanal, proved that control of the skies could determine the outcome of naval engagements, redefining warfare at sea for generations to come. Beyond direct combat, air warfare played another critical role: strategic bombing. The idea was simple but devastating: weaken the enemy's ability to fight by targeting industrial and military infrastructure. Both the Axis and the Allies employed this tactic, but it was the Allies who used it on an unprecedented scale. American and British bombers launched massive raids on German cities, with key targets including Hamburg, Berlin, and Dresden. The destruction of factories, railways, and supply lines disrupted German war efforts, but also led to immense civilian casualties, sparking moral and ethical debates that continue to this day. In the Pacific, the U.S. employed similar tactics against Japan. B-29 superfortresses bombed Tokyo, and ultimately the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945 forced Japan's surrender, marking the final chapter of World War II's air war. World War II saw rapid advancements in aircraft technology. The German Messerschmitt Me 262 became the world's first operational jet fighter, capable of outpacing nearly every Allied aircraft. Meanwhile, Britain's Spitfire continued to evolve, becoming one of the most revered fighters of the war. The U.S. developed heavy bombers like the B-17 Flying Fortress and B-29 Super Fortress, which could carry out high-altitude, long-range missions. Airborne radar systems, improved engines, and enhanced aerodynamics revolutionized aerial combat, setting the stage for post-war aviation developments. By 1944, the Allies had established clear air superiority over Europe and the Pacific. This dominance allowed them to provide crucial support for ground forces, as seen during the D-Day landings in Normandy. Bombers softened enemy defenses, while fighters protected the invasion fleet from counterattacks. In the Pacific, air power played a decisive role in island-hopping campaigns, where control of airfields meant control of the battlefield. The eventual destruction of Germany's and Japan's air forces sealed their fates, leading to final Allied victories in 1945. From the bravery of pilots to the ingenuity of engineers, air warfare in World War II showcased the incredible potential and devastating consequences of aerial combat. The skies of WWII tell a story of innovation, courage, and destruction, a story that still shapes military strategy today. The air battles of World War II forever changed how wars are fought and won. The impact of this conflict on aviation and military strategy continues to be felt, reminding us of both the human cost and the technological progress brought about by the war. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Let us know in the comments what historical topics you'd like us to cover next.